How's it going, everybody? This is Rob Novakast back with another podcast for you guys. Quite a bit of stuff happened this week, so we'll probably talk about it. A couple of things that I guess could be worth talking about as a group. I guess if anything, talking about Ethan Klein. Apparently, Blair White getting an email from Onision, which I might do a quick rant on that one and not focus too much onto that because it's Onision and we all know how he likes to try to make empty threats on email. So yeah, fun. But anyway, so far one person watching, 2 people liked. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Really appreciate it. And then as we're going, if you guys have any other topics you guys want to discuss, feel free to let us know. Right now, I'm just waiting for the rest of the group to pop in. It's gonna be, if anything, too, like down the line, we may try to play Guardians of the Galaxy as well. So, which I think I should probably edit the. So, I guess H3 versus Keemstar. Then possibly Onision. There was some other stuff too that I can't think of on the top of my head. But we'll go through. Well, if anything pops up, we'll probably talk about it. But anywho, just waiting on, again, still waiting on the group. Anybody else joining in? So far, only one person watching, 2 likes. That's fine. Still waiting on more people. Keemstar versus. I'm looking at Twitter and Keemstar just posted something. Looking at. Let me pull this up for a sec. Share screen, window, Keemstar. Exactly. This is how the entire Keemstar versus Ethan started. And I tried to offer peace 2 different times, but he's big baby energy. And somebody by the name of Wyatt at Wyatt Keemstar went onto Ethan's podcast a couple years ago and got along with him and had a good time right after the podcast was posted. Ethan put in the comments that he hates Keemstar. Ethan snaked him first. Yeah, it wasn't, if I remember correctly, just a quick thing. Wasn't Ethan Klein on one of the so-called baited podcast episodes? Or was it a couple of episodes? I can't remember. But I know it was on a couple of the podcast episodes. Well, let me take a quick look. Because I'm pretty, unless they got rid of the episodes. Baited podcast. I'm looking for it right now. Seeing if they still have the old episodes. Man, I can't believe how far it went after. Okay, yeah, there it is. I found it. Hold on. So you guys could see. Yeah, because Ethan was on one of the beta podcasts a while back. Like, there it is right there.
Star.
I'm going to call you DJ Keemstar.
This is not 2010, clown.
I'm going to call you
This was
DJ
yeah,
Keemstar.
this was like
and we're
what,
also joined
released
here
in
by Tommy C.
Hey, what's happening, everybody?
A surprise
October
for you today.
7.
We've got a guest on. Well, it's not a surprise. We've kind of tweeted about it for the last 2 days.
2016. So
Very warm welcome.
he was on the
to
podcast
Ethan
originally.
Klein from H3H3 Productions.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Did you just
Very glad to have you on
did
the
you just
show.
dox him, clown?
Did you?
Like,
I feel
thought
like
you were
I
a
just
guest.
got doxxed. My name is not public, dude. It's a big secret.
I apologize for that. Keemstar recently did just dox me as well because I went missing for 2 days. So
Keem's
yeah.
really worried about you,
Lower the
man. I
quality.
noticed that a lot. He's very concerned about you 24/7. He's just looking for you
he's
all
fucking
the time.
obsessed with me, I think. He's a bit of a
Strange. It's
stalker.
getting a little strange, Keem.
No, but seriously, clown just goes missing. He just goes fucking missing. It's like I've never.
You don't dox me for it, Keemstar.
Okay, I was worried.
All right, so yeah. So he was on the podcast at one point, but no longer on the podcast. Oh, and apparently something else came up recently. Actually, kind of funny. Let me pull up Ethan Klein's Twitter. I want to pull up Ethan Klein's Twitter for a second because I thought this was actually hilarious. So apparently Ethan Klein is not the only snake, and apparently, at first I couldn't figure out who that was for a second, but then it dawned on me after looking at the comments. It's Trisha Paytas. She fucking switched sides with from Ethan Klein to Keemstar. And I think somebody posted a video. Hold on. Do I have the audio on here? Let me just double check. Let me close that for a second, because I don't think I shared the audio. Let me share audio so you guys can hear it. Okay, so there's the video right there.
Do this, how you flip flop between camps. I'm sure you'll be friends with Keemstar in a month from now.
Absolutely.
Being
not.
like,
no.
yeah, Ethan's fucking. I used to go to his house, and you'll start making up shit like,
no.
and he put a camera in his bathroom, and he used to just call me ugly when I was house. Do this, how you flip flop between camps. I'm sure you'll be.
So yeah, I guess Trisha Paytas decided to switch sides on the whole thing. Though I'm kind of wondering if she's going to apologize for the whole what was it called? The fucking allegations of freaking Keemstar being a predator. I doubt it, but you know, I just thought that was funny. All right, so I guess yeah, with that, and also apparently, freaking Ethan Klein also apparently got 2 strikes, which I'm gonna look at. I want to quickly look at Keemstar's video for that because he talks about it briefly. Because I won't do a video on this. I just will probably do it on the podcast. Look this up on Twitter. So looking at this quick video.
Klein and Gila Klein and Gila Klein and the H3H3 podcast were taken down.
Pause. There we go. Okay.
You know, I should be jumping up and down happy, but I'm just not. I'm not happy, right? Justice has been served. 2 videos of Ethan Klein and Gila Klein and the H3H3 podcast were taken down for violating terms of service of YouTube. Him getting 2 strikes, I don't know. I can only guess, but I'm sure he probably can't upload for a while, can't stream. And quite frankly, he deserves it. It's well overdue. The stuff that is said on that podcast.
Now, I think this is more of like a fall of like with some of the things he says, especially with because Keemstar did make a point about how, I mean, to an extent, and this is a constant with YouTube, or at least platforms like YouTube and Netflix, they love to play favorites. And when Keemstar was talking about it, where it seems like they were trying to shut down what Keemstar has to say, but they won't shut Ethan down. Honestly, that's pretty screwed up, if you ask me. That's something that honestly shouldn't have been happening, where they were allowing one person's behavior, but not the other. So, but I'm going to continue this video.
To bully and harass other creators would never fly on anyone else's channel. You know, it's been suspect and alleged that Ethan Klein played a big role in getting my video taken down, giving me a warning on my channel, getting Leafy's channel completely deleted. And if you go back and you look at Leafy's content and the reasons in which his channel went down, that is very tame to what happens on the H3H3 podcast.
Yeah.
I know many will look at this and see it as Keemstar versus Ethan Klein, and this is just another story in the endless fight and the endless saga. It's much bigger than that.
Now, I want to quickly say something. And first of all, I'm not a fan of Keemstar, but I do think that there should be equal opportunity. Like, if you're going to talk shit on somebody on the platform, which at this point it's against terms of service to even do that. But if you're going to allow one person to talk shit, then allow other people to talk shit. That's, at this point, be fair. Don't just play favorites and then try to stop one person from talking. It makes no fucking sense to do that. And it just goes to show that you're playing favorites. We got 3 people watching, 2 people that still like the video. Please like the stream. Really appreciate it.
All right. That show has been harassing so many fucking creators, so many fucking YouTubers, right? And it would be fine if we had rules where we could talk shit back.
Yeah.
Bully back. Harass back.
No, okay. So I don't agree with that wording or the words he's using where it's like bully and harass. I don't agree with that, but at the very least, when it comes down to, you know, doing commentary, at the very least, going back, you know, just kind of firing back at the other person, giving criticism, that's what I agree with. But with, you know, trying to silence people or trying to bully and harass, I don't agree with, you know, trying to use that wording.
But we can't. Everyone has to play by the fucking rules, and this guy doesn't have to. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if more fucking videos get taken down from him now that YouTube's actually doing something. I don't know why he was protected before and why this went on as long as it did, but I must say I am, I guess, happy that YouTube's finally doing something. This is well fucking deserved. I don't know what more to say. Because I'm not happy. I'm still angry about it, that it took this fucking long. But at least something's happening now, and he got 2 strikes.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I agree that especially if there's rules, then instead of playing favorites, everybody needs to follow the rules, not just, you know, a certain select few. But anywho, because at that point, it just, what's the point of rules? You know, if you're only going to allow a certain select few people to, you know, follow them, and only a select few people that aren't going to, you have to abide by the rules that you've, you know, set for, you know, everybody, or supposed to be for everybody. It makes no sense. But anywho, which I was going to check out the Boblax, was it Boblax video on that too? To kind of share that. Apparently there's a situation between Review, Tech USA, and the Quartering as well. Okay, I found it. Yeah, because apparently also another thing that's been brought up is apparently Keemstar snitched on Ethan to YouTube CEO, Susan Wojcicki, which I may look at, like, pull that one up and quickly look at that for the stream and react. First, Mom's Basement, First Mom's Basement, I'm going to listen to. Oh, wait, the one with Trisha Paytas? How's it going, Aden?
Hey, sorry I'm late.
It's all right. I was just about to pull up the video that came out 3 days ago from Bo Blacks about the drama between Keemstar and H3H3.
Okay.
So I'm gonna share that. Are you caught up with that?
No.
Yeah, I just watched I was just watching reacting to Keemstar's recent Twitter video, or at least one of his recent Twitter videos, where he was talking about the H3H3 getting a strike, or 2 strikes, I should say. And I think we're all in agreement that, I mean, when it comes down to rules, if you place rules for the website, then everybody should be following them, not playing favorites and allowing certain people not follow them. I mean, when it comes down to it, and it sucks when you have like larger creators that think that, oh, they can do whatever the fuck they want, when in reality they should be following or fearing the same rules that everybody else is.
Yeah.
Because any smaller channel who doesn't follow these particular rules would inevitably be just removed from the platform within seconds for breaking one of the rules.
And honestly, they should take it into consideration, because YouTube is where they got their main source of income to start with.
Yeah.
As far as like those that don't have a job outside of YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, before I get to the the Bo Blacks video, I did it again. I gotta quickly show you this because I was talking about it just a second ago. So I came across this today, and a lot of it's caused an uproar.
Oh boy.
You know who that is in the center?
That looks like,
It's Trisha Paytas.
okay, I was about to say.
In fact, if I just
Keemstar, Trisha, and who's that on the right?
I think that's FaZe Banks.
Yeah.
Because that's I guess that's the set for Mom's Basement, the podcast.
Okay.
And in fact, somebody shared a clip on Twitter in the comments. If it plays. But here's
this how you flip flop between camps. I'm sure you'll be friends with Keemstar in a month from now.
Absolutely.
Being
not.
like,
No.
yeah, Ethan's fucking. I used to go to his house, and you'll start making up shit like, and he put a camera in his bathroom, and he used to just call me ugly when I was house. Do this how you flip flop between camps. I'm sure you'll be friends with Keemstar in a month from now.
Yeah, so a lot of people were kind of like calling it at that point.
Most likely, yeah.
Well, here's my question, because this would be kind of embarrassing, at least anybody that has morals. Do you think she apologized for giving him shit?
To giving who shit? Keem or
yeah. Keem about him dating a 20-year-old?
Maybe. I don't know.
Probably not. But anyway,
It's hard to say with someone like her.
Yeah. I just thought that was funny. All right, let me pull up the video. So
I've got my snacks, even though they won't last too long.
Okay. So let me know if I should pause or anything.
So about 2 years ago, there was this theory going around that Ethan Klein of the H3 podcast.
Oh, I guess if anything, because after the initial 2 strikes on Ethan Klein, and right now because of the 2 strikes, he can't do much on his channel. People are kind of on the fence of whether or not Keemstar snitched to. No, I hate that word. But yeah, snitched on Ethan to Susan Wojcicki.
Snitched in what way?
I guess if anything, more just telling some of the shit, telling them some of the shit that Ethan's been doing. Which honestly, I mean, if you're informed, I mean, again, I hate that word. I really do. Especially like because at that point, it just sounds childish, if you ask me.
It does, but at the same time, if you ask me, sometimes you need, if somebody needs to be held accountable, you need to let the people in charge know.
Yeah, exactly. That was my thought process exactly with the whole situation. It's like, it's again, because at this point in time, a lot of content creators, especially large ones, aren't held accountable for their own actions, and half the time, YouTube doesn't do anything.
Yeah. However, she should also be on the same foot because they themselves need to make sure not to rub it in their face and make sure that they themselves are held accountable for their own actions.
Yeah, and Keemstar, I mean, to an extent, especially with everything, he kind of played it off as if he was not happy with the whole situation, especially with how long it took for it to happen, for Ethan Klein to finally kind of get what he deserved. Most videos criticizing you, H3H3, when you were 100% messing up about a year ago, have been removed from YouTube, deemed as harassment. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you have a meeting with Susan Wojcicki earlier this year? I swear I heard you say that somewhere.
Helped contribute to the removal of one of the biggest exposed videos on him at the time, the death of H3 Productions by Gokinaru. This was helped substantiated by the fact that Ethan met up with the CEO of YouTube a couple months prior to the video's removal, with one of the topics they specifically talked about being creator-on-creator harassment. Keemstar later re-uploaded this video to his channel, with edits to it to be more in line with YouTube TOS, but that version also ended up getting removed, with Ethan again being speculated to be involved in the video's removal. But 2 years later, it seems like the tables have turned, because now instead of Keemstar accusing H3 of removing a video, Ethan is accusing Keemstar of contributing to the removal of one of his recent videos.
Dang.
That being the podcast where he talked about Keemstar's new relationship with a 20-year-old. But what did Keemstar do to help fuel this theory? Well, it all stems from a Twitter video that Keemstar made shortly after the podcast's release, titled Dear YouTube and Susan Wojcicki. Here is what he said.
You know, I'm fucking so sick of this one-sided bullshit, right? You know, in 2020, when Ethan Klein had the content nuke on me, right? I was tweeting pictures of horses at him, fucking with him. I was trolling him, messing with him, right? YouTube literally hits me up basically saying that, you know, I can be kicked out of the partnership program for fucking bullying harassment if I continue this, right? So I don't, right? All I want to do is...
Can I just want to ask a quick question. How exactly does him sending pictures of horses count as harassment? Again, I'm not a fan of Keemstar, but I'm just kind of curious about that.
Yeah, it would probably have to do with the context of the tweets that he was doing that in response to.
Yeah.
That would be my only guess.
True.
And they might not have been horses. They may have been donkeys.
Oh no, they were horses. I saw
Okay.
that. I saw the image.
Okay.
It was just horses. And anybody watching, more likely probably watching like after the podcast is live too. You guys need to understand, I'm not a fan of Keemstar. I think he's an ass. But
that's why I wouldn't have been surprised if it was donkeys instead of horses.
And heck, Keemstar has shown himself to be an ass on and off. But I don't think that the things that they were doing with him is okay. So I will defend him on that. I personally think that, I mean, especially with, you know, one person talking shit about the other, and then you can't even defend yourself or talk back, is pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
It really is. All right. Hey, hold on a second. I was grabbing a soda, sorry. doesn't open when I want it to. There we go. Okay.
Is talk shit to these motherfuckers. That's all I want to do, but I can't because YouTube will kick me out of the fucking partnership program, right? If I do that. I literally have the emails here threatening me that that's going to happen. Can't do creator on creator harassment.
So that actually, and that goes into what we, what H3H3 was doing, especially with, when it comes down to that podcast, that was harassment to a degree.
It can be deemed as such, yeah.
So that is against the TOS. So, regardless of whether or not, with everything, how big, H3H3 is, if it's against the terms of service, then his whole, strike is justified.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to the term harassment, it's I'm not going to lie. It does come across as kind of vague. And the back and forth between the two just needs to stop. It needs to fucking stop. Like,
well,
they just need to stop talking about each other.
Well, here's the sad part. You have Keemstar, who is the quote unquote king of drama, and then you have H3H3, the ambassador of the T channels.
Or at least stop fanning flames, I should say.
Yeah.
Because, considering the fact they are commentary channels, they do have to sometimes talk about the other in terms of what drama is going on concerning them.
But you do realize, again, because they're both drama, relate into drama, they're not going to do that. If anything, if it's a slow day, they're probably going to try to start drama in between each other.
Possibly. I mean, there used to be a time where you could do that just to be able to get views on, but it's still not cool.
Yeah, because at this point, YouTube...
Most of the time, it just seems obvious when that happens. But these days, it would be coming across as harassment.
YouTube has a stick up their ass, so they aren't going to deal with it. So, anyway.
But Ethan Klein has made about 50 fucking videos breaking TOS, breaking the bullying and harassment thing. He uploaded a fucking video of a Keemstar puppet, and he's like fucking it. How is that not breaking YouTube TOS? How is that not breaking the bullying and harassment thing? And listen, I'm not a little baby. I can take it. But they're silencing me where I can't talk shit back. Now he uploads this video with someone that's supposed to be my new girlfriend. It's like a fake person calling in, and they're like, "Yeah, Keem's got a little dick. Keem's dick doesn't work." And am I over here crying?
I will say that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of fucked up. Especially kind of setting up trying to set up a fake interview. Which I think he did that. H3 did that intentionally to try to rile up Keemstar.
Right, possibly.
Because I think if anything, because especially with the email sent to try to silence Keemstar, they were trying to get a response from him. Sure enough, they did, but not the response he wanted. Because at this point, Keemstar is trying to be careful. Or playing it safe.
And about it? Absolutely not. But let me talk shit back. I really want to fucking know, Susan, Team YouTube, everybody at YouTube, why is it Keemstar versus H3H3 and YouTube staff? Explain that to me. Why is there blatant favoritism? I have the emails. I have all the proof to back it up. I have sent emails when he broke TOS saying, hey, look, he's doing the same thing that you threatened to kick me out of the partnership program, and it gets ignored. Explain this to me. Explain the blatant fucking bias, because all of these fucking YouTubers, David Dobrik, everyone else has dealt with this bullshit with Ethan Klein. Why is Ethan Klein getting special treatment? Explain it.
Yeah, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Fuck special treatment. If it doesn't matter how much the person is making, when it comes down to, content, views, subscribers, whatever. If they break TOS, then they should, suffer the consequences just like everybody else. None of this favoritism bullshit.
Yeah, favoritism. Like, it's hard not to have bias, I won't lie, at times, but when it comes to running a company, there needs to not be favoritism.
Yeah. There shouldn't be.
Explain it. Why is it other YouTubers versus Ethan Klein and YouTube staff? Please explain it.
I'm sorry. I know it's off topic, but I'm just amazed by that wall that he has in his background. I swear, if I have a house like that, I would want a wall like that.
Now, I can't help but question whether or not he has actually gotten warnings from YouTube about some of the stuff he's been doing, considering the fact that more often than not, they're not gonna publicize any warnings.
Well, I mean, they'll probably just send email, because he did mention an email.
Okay.
So,
I mean, as far as like even getting one,
what?
For what he did.
Well, not. Yeah, probably not. But I guess it was made public with when he got in trouble. There was I guess, how should I put it? Because Keemstar talked about it, and apparently there was a tweet from Ethan Klein discussing how they were going to be shut down for almost a week. Which I'm looking that up right now.
If memory serves, that's the one strike thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, apparently it was 2 strikes.
If there's a second one, that means it's going to be longer than a week, if memory serves.
Okay. That's for June.
They could have changed it since the last time I saw it. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm trying to find it.
I remember when we got a strike before we couldn't stream.
And that was when I was having to deal with the stupid false copyright with fucking Onision.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was basically having to, after the copyright claim didn't go through, or this dispute didn't go through, which I'll say it before and I'll say it again. It shouldn't be the other party that deems it whether or not the video was copyright. It should be the company itself.
Yeah.
It should be YouTube, not the other party. Because at that point, then there's because that gives them all the power, and honestly, it just, because of they already have a bias with the content itself, especially if it's a person being criticized. They already have a bias, and they're going to just claim that it's their video, even though. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. You go ahead.
I was gonna say, even though with it becoming a transformative work, it is very heavily edited with a commentary riddled in between.
Yeah. Now, another thing that's messed up about how the claim system and strike system is, in my opinion, and it needs to change, is whenever you're debating a claim or strike, the person that made the claim or strike should never, ever get the person that they claimed or struck their info, where they live.
Oh no, I mean that
should never fucking happen.
To an extent, that's gone wrong so many fucking times. For instance, there was the situation with Low Tier God, the perfect example that just popped into my head. Low Tier God with the guy that did the documentary on him, when he tried to dispute and it ended up getting to the point where he had to take the next step and give him his info and explain again why the video was copyrighted or it was a transformative work and therefore fair use. Low Tier God went on his stream and started doxing him.
That's fucked up. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I say it needs to fucking change quick, because just what the ever living fuck, man. That can easily lead. It can easily
There's so many problems.
Yeah, lead to so many problems via people that have malicious intent.
Exactly. All right.
All of us right now why he's getting special privileges.
So about 3 days after Keemstar made that Twitter video, that exact episode of the H3 podcast Keemstar was referring to ended up getting removed for seconds.
Okay, yeah, there it is. Video has been removed for violating YouTube's policy on let me look that up for Nicholas De Oreo.
Like,
Yeah,
how did he expect it to go down, considering the fact that
what, H3H3?
Yeah,
Probably thought he was going to get away with it, like he usually does.
Mm.
I'm trying
When
to
you're
find.
when you're making jabs at someone, or like, just trying to be
An ass.
trying to, I guess, yeah, but like, whether it's playful or not, you gotta be careful about the jokes you fucking say, or how you go about said joke. Because some things are just, they don't fly.
Yeah.
If it were like a stand-up routine, it might raise some eyebrows or some controversy, but it's usually like, okay, it's part of his routine. Let's just try to ignore that,
Yeah. Okay, I found it.
But
so
during the fucking podcast, what the fuck, man?
Okay, so the video has been removed for violating YouTube's policy on nudity or sexual content.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, yeah, he kind of fucked himself on that one.
Content. We found out about this on Twitter when Nicholas De Oreo tweeted it out.
Now I'm kind of I didn't watch that episode. I'm kind of wondering if the sexual content was from Trisha Paytas.
I don't know. From what that little bit.
Oh wait, no,
before
never
this
mind.
moment-
Trisha Paytas wasn't on that one, wasn't she?
I don't know. But if what Keemstar was saying a moment ago in this video, it was
because
it was
him.
Elliot basically acting like he was having sex with a doll of Keem.
Yeah, that looks like Keemstar.
Yeah.
My gosh. Why do people think that it's okay to, do that shit? I mean, years ago, or a couple of years ago, we had freaking Onision having playing around with a sock puppet that he called Mr. Repsion.
Like, I get that he has a large audience, so he can't necessarily be completely blunt about it, but honestly, just say get fucked instead,
Yeah.
Or that he's getting fucked by the system or what have you, but still, it's no. Either way, it's not cool.
No, it's not. I mean, I think at that point, it's like either it just make better decisions.
Mm-hmm. Out. Keemstar quote tweeted him and said, "And they said I was acting dangerous without protection." He then makes a Twitter video titled "H3H3 got 2 strikes on his channel."
You know, I should
And
be
we already
jumping
talked
up and
about this
down
one.
happy, but I'm just not.
I'm gonna skip
not
it.
happy, right? Justice has been served
'Cause
2
we
videos
already
of
talked about
Ethan
this.
Klein and Gila Klein in the H3H3 podcast with 2 strikes. So, yeah.
Comment Cop responds to Keemstar's Twitter video by saying, "Show your flag history and emails to YouTube." Keemstar responds by saying, "I made a public Twitter video reporting the videos and tagged the CEO of YouTube." Comment Cop responds, "So you're in bed with Susan."
I don't know where they got that from.
Yeah, that seems like quite the stretch.
Yeah, I mean,
That's like saying anyone who tags
Susan would be in that. That makes no sense. That kind of comment is kind of stupid.
They're just trying to get a rise out of him.
Yeah, which I mean, more likely they probably did. So, even Keemstar even writes, Susan never responded to my tweet, and I deleted it. So.
GG. Keemstar replies, "Susan never responded to my tweet, and I deleted it." Ethan then quote tweets Keemstar's Twitter video and says, "Keemstar, in the ultimate hypocrisy, has cried to YouTube about me making fun of his creepy ass dating a 20-year-old. He called her..."
I don't... Should I just let him finish this part and then we give our thoughts?
No. I actually kind of need to give mine right now.
Okay.
That bit about the creepy ass dating a 20-year-old.
Yeah, and I know that I know where you're going with this, I think.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be creepy calling one's girlfriend fresh cheeks in public. But let's be honest. Ethan comes across as heavily creepy at times too.
Well,
it's like the pot calling the kettle black at times.
Hey, that's my phrase. No, but it's sad that I mean, honestly, I feel like Ethan Klein is grasping for straws, especially when he's talking about some being with Keemstar again being creepy for dating a 20-year-old, but like a ton of podcasts before he was applauding Boogie for dating a 20-year-old or somebody around that age.
Someone in their 20s, yeah.
And then not only that, but Trisha Paytas also talked about dating somebody in their 20s or close to it. So this whole thing of Ethan, claiming Keemstar to be creepy is fucking pathetic and is hypocritical.
Yeah, it's him basically firing more shots. And that bit at the end of the tweet there, this after he lied and cried about me getting him suspended, which I had nothing to do with, didn't he actually fucking brag about being the cause for it?
Yeah, he did.
What a fucking liar.
Well, he's a spineless piece of shit. What do you expect? I mean, I'm not a fan of Keemstar, but I'm gonna say it as it is with Ethan Klein, especially with how he constantly shows it.
Wait,
what?
He might not have been bragging about the suspension. I might have been confusing it with him bragging about getting Keemstar's sponsorship removed.
Okay, that one I think. Okay, now I think you're right, because I think that was what he did, was the sponsorship. But regardless, Ethan Klein has no integrity whatsoever. Which it's sad that people actually watches his stupid fucking channel.
Integrity? I don't know the meaning of the word. Joking, by the way.
Yeah. But yeah, it's sad that he's saying that, like, trying to throw shots, but in reality, it's like, dude, you did the same shit. You've applauded people for doing the same shit. You have no integrity.
I mean, if memory serves, hasn't he also basically sicked his fans on people that he disagreed with or had a problem with?
I think he has, yeah.
If he has, then shame on him.
pretty much invoking harassment.
Yeah.
Again, shows the kind of person Ethan Klein is.
And I was going hard on Ethan about this. It's not like we don't go hard on Keemstar or anyone else that we think needs to be held accountable for their actions.
Hence, once again, I'm not a fan of Keemstar. And if anything, at this point, at this current time, I'm for equal opportunity. If Ethan Klein is given full reign to talk shit about Keemstar, then honestly, as much as I don't like the guy, Keemstar should have full reign to talk shit about Ethan Klein. It's that simple. Just like how, I mean, at this point, because, and especially with other people that we talk about, since at this point, you know, you have people like Onision that talk shit about other people should have the opportunity to talk shit about him.
Yeah. And honestly,
and vice versa with every other content creator.
Hello,
Sukat.
Welcome to the stream or podcast.
Welcome to the stream or podcast.
But like, I know it was a fad and it died off in about 2-3 years, but that was kind of part of the purpose of diss tracks.
Yeah, true. I never got into that
and be somewhat tasteful about it.
Well, that and like the whole rap battle thing. That I never got into those. I understood why they had them. But
I never really got into them either. But if it's done in good taste and the lines are good, I'm all for it.
I mean, at this point, originally it was all in good fun. I mean, that's why they have, comedy roasts. Heck, freaking, and I think like stuff like comedy roasts are what started that shit.
That's basically what a diss track is. It's a fucking roast.
Yeah.
It's roasting somebody to a track.
Exactly. Unfortunately, but again, it's like at this point, because of favorites, people, you know, it's one-sided. And people can't talk shit back.
And it doesn't help that it does tend to get toxic pretty quick. That's why I don't really care for it. And the likes, and thanks to likes of people similar to Rice Gum, I fucking hate that guy. It got thrown out the window because of just how bad it got.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna continue.
Sorry.
Fresh cheeks. Now we are suspended for a week. This after
that's the one I was looking for. So they were suspended for a week.
He cried about me getting him suspended, which I had nothing to do with, and he somehow knew this information before we did and posted immediately, meaning he 100% was talking with YouTube about it. Imagine being this much of a hypocrite. See you guys in a week. He then shows an image of Keemstar photoshopped over Ethan's face in the picture of him next to the CEO of YouTube and captions it by saying hypocrite. He then
I'm gonna use my phrase. That's the pot calling the kettle black. Because, dude, Ethan, you're in Susan Wojcinski's ear. So you can you can shut the fuck up about that, dude.
Now, I will say this much. Just doing a photo with her and talking to her doesn't necessarily mean that you are constantly in talks with her. I will say that much.
I mean, from what it looks like, all Keemstar did was literally, you know, share it. I mean, kind of tweet his concerns about the whole thing. That was it.
Now, if getting 2 strikes is more than a week, then that means Ethan is getting off easy, and that is showing some heavy bias.
Which we've already talked about now. That is not okay.
and goes on to his H3 podcast account to say, imagine being this much of a hypocrite. Justin Wang responds with the meme of Obama giving himself an award. Boogie298 quote tweets Ethan and says, I have no dog in this race at all. That said, I wish this shit would just...
Wait, did Boogie get out of prison? Or
Maybe.
get out of jail?
Probably served his time.
Oh,
Who
sweet.
knows? He might be on bail. We don't know. Or I don't know.
I'm really I gotta double check that because I'm really hoping they got that one guy that was harassing him during that whole situation.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that guy should be held accountable because granted, Boogie with him discharging the gun was not okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
the dude
basically a
coming to his,
misdemeanor the way he went about it, though.
yeah. But what I'm saying is the dude going to his house out of the blue to more likely harass Boogie was not okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That ultimately is a stupid fucking move.
But yeah, this is the perfect fucking tweet. It says what we've been trying to say this whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I have no dog in this race at all. That said, I wish the shit would just end. I wish YouTube would put an end to this kind of petty drama that hurts creators and the entire platform. Enough is enough. You guys should put it to bed before the whole platform changes. Which every time there is fucking drama, every time one of these guys decides to have a war against each other, everybody gets affected.
Mm-hmm. And there's another mini apocalypse.
Yeah, or at apocalypse, and they start blaming YouTube. They advertise like, no, it's you guys being fucking stupid.
Granted, there are things concerning YouTube that does need to change, but a lot of the policy changes as a result end up making things far worse for every creator.
Yeah.
And the things that need to change don't.
Keemstar, go ahead.
I wouldn't doubt it one bit if part of the reason why that one that I brought up before about the claimant finding out the person's info upon it being debated.
Oh, when we were talking about the copyright thing.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it one bit if part of the reason they don't change it is because it's hard-coded into the algorithm. I wouldn't doubt it one bit. And that's why they can't change it.
I'm sure there's I mean nowadays I'm sure there's a way for them to change it, but they just aren't going to put the effort into changing it.
At least without causing a slew of bugs.
I mean, did you know, because lately I've been wanting to make playlists for the channel, like off-topic thing, and for some stupid reason they remove the option. I got double check, but they remove the option to have videos or your videos auto selected for playlists by keywords. They removed that option recently, or it wasn't recent, but it was removed. I thought
it a little bit more difficult, but I mean,
I know. It was a stupid thing to remove.
It doesn't really change much though, because it's just a couple clicks, in my opinion.
I know. I just at that point it made things a little bit easier, is what I'm saying. Because sometimes I sometimes forget to make the playlists, and at that point, it just eventually it just kind of piles up,
Yeah, and at the same time, it's just like there have probably been times where you title something this way and it gets added to a playlist you didn't want to get added to.
Yeah. All right.
Instead, I wish YouTube would put an end to this kind of petty drama that hurts creators and the entire platform. Enough is enough. You guys should put it to bed before the whole platform changes. If you want me to pick a side, we all kind of suck. I'm picking the side of the smaller creators who get...
That's true. Hey, I'm going to say this. I'm not perfect. Neither is any other creator.
Right?
Hell, even some of my favorite creators who I don't watch much anymore, like Markiplier, PewDiePie, heck, everybody has their faults.
Yeah, we all have our faults. We all have videos that are either hit or miss. It is what it is.
Yeah. But at this point, it's just it's so fucking stupid.
Why can't we be friends?
Yeah, that's actually the best like song to kind of describe everything that goes on here.
Hurt by this kind of beef. Keemstar responds to Ethan calling him a hypocrite by saying, "Why would you have to imagine? You are the biggest hypocrite on YouTube and everyone knows it."
True.
One of the staff members for the H3 podcast, AB, commented on all of this by saying, "Just a reminder that Keemstar and his audience harassed my wife and I for a whole summer. Keemstar sent me multiple pictures of witches to imply my wife looks like a witch. 1 year later, he is tagging the CEO of YouTube because he was teased for dating a 20-year-old. This man is a coward."
That wasn't teasing, though. And yeah, Keemstar should be held accountable for what he did back then.
True. Yeah. I mean, if he did that, then that's pretty fucked up. But okay. So I hate to treat these people like children, but two wrongs don't make a right.
Mm-mm.
You can't, play. You can't do that. No. If you can't, no, that's so fucking childish. No. That's so stupid. You can't just do that. No.
Now,
And again, regardless of whether or not he was dating a 20-year-old, and again, I'm one of those people that would not. I'm 31. I wouldn't at that point. I wouldn't be dating somebody who's like 20 years young. I mean, that would be pretty messed up because that's 20 years. That's like what 10 years? That would be really fucking creepy. But let's say if I was 40, I would not be dating a 20-year-old. I mean, that's my personal preference. But so I can better my.
Yeah, we all have our age.
That's. I mean, Keemstar. That's on him. If he wants to date a 20-year-old, they're both legally consenting adults.
Mm-hmm.
I won't approve of it because that's my own preference. But at the same time, if they're both want to do it, then fuck it.
Yeah. Now
it's not my place.
Mm-hmm.
They're both adults.
Yeah, it's none of our fucking business.
And regardless of this, and this whole argument that Trisha Paytas was making, I was like, oh, 25-year. It's like, dude, the legal age. I mean, especially for the states, the legal age or age of consent. And I hate to pull on an Onision, but the legal age of consent is 18.
Like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. It's not like he's grooming. Yeah. It's not like he groomed the person he's currently dating.
Exactly.
From a young age.
He even talks about how that person wasn't even a fan. It's not like some of the other people we've talked about. Like, I mean, the usual target, Onision, who a lot of the people that he's been with were fans.
Oh, he admitted it. He's targeting them. I'm kidding. I'm fucking with you, Rob.
Yeah. But anyway.
But it's like when it comes to accountability, yeah, people need to be held accountable, but at the same time, the person being held accountable should still be allowed to stand by, be like, okay, yeah, I fucked up. I'm gonna do my damnedest not to do that again. But I'm not changing that decision.
Yeah.
What's done is done.
And again, this whole tweet is just fucking childish.
Yeah.
It really is. assuming because he said he has a wife, you're a fucking grown ass man. Don't be a fucking child.
Well,
This
this
will be the
that
ultimate-
screamed that I'm not gonna lie, that mostly screamed to me that he was calling out for accountability because, to my knowledge, Keemstar was not held accountable.
I know, but
For that.
what I'm saying is, don't again, two wrongs don't make a right.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of whether or not Keemstar, I mean, when it comes down to accountability, you shouldn't be doing, kind of getting back at him for something he did. That's not okay. Be the bigger person.
Hello, MJ.
I think I know the reference there of what MJ wrote.
It's what I think it is. God damn it.
MJ, did you watch the first episode of Dragon Ball Z Abridged?
Huh?
Test. I'm curious to see the reaction of the commentary community. They love to dogpile on Ethan because of bullshit suspicions. But let's see
No, they dogpile on him at this point because he's a hypocrite as well as a spineless piece of shit. At this point, that's why people dog on him. At least I do.
how they react to Keem in the dumbest self-report I've ever seen. Nicholas Diorio quote tweets AB and says, I feel like I've posted about 8 to 10 ultimate tests on my timeline in the last 6 months that you've all promptly ignored. Anyways, going back to the feud between Keemstar and Ethan, Keemstar responds to Ethan saying hypocrite with the Photoshop of Keemstar with Susan Wojcicki by saying, how does it feel? Ethan responds by saying, I didn't cry to YouTube about you, but you just outed yourself as the hypocrite we all knew you were. You did exactly what you accused me of. How does it feel to be proven a perfect hypocrite? Keemstar responds by saying, feel great, Ethan, stacking W's. I would love to see Ethan Klein survive in this current climate on YouTube. Ethan then tweets out a variation of what AB said on Twitter earlier by saying, just a reminder that Keemstar and his audience harassed my wife and I for a whole summer. Keemstar sent me multiple pictures of horses to imply my wife looks like a horse. 1 year later, he is tagging the CEO of YouTube because he was teased for dating a 20-year-old. This
Again, two wrongs don't make a right.
That's almost copy and paste.
Yeah,
that is almost copy and paste what the
other guy was saying.
Yeah.
That's so fucking childish. This is so stupid. You're grown ass men. Fucking just.
What even fucking started the feud in the first place?
I don't know. I commented earlier before you guys were on. Before you came on, I commented on the fact that at one point he was on one of the beta podcasts when that was still going. And that was around the time Tommy C was also on there. MG wrote it. One thing I forgot to bring up last week that...
Wait, really?
Dang.
That's not that big a deal.
No. I mean, again, as long as they're, two consenting adults, what's the... I mean, at that point, if it's... Especially in here... and here's something that a lot of people aren't going to think of. Regardless of whether or not he's a public figure, it's none of our fucking business. Really isn't.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's fucked up.
That is beyond fucked up.
But
this man is a coward. The quartering responds to him by saying, Ethan Klein, multimillionaire deploying the he started it defense for weirdly obsessing over who another consenting adult is dating, running right up to calling the guy a pedophile, no less.
That I don't think... First of all, that's exactly what we've been saying with the he started first. But the whole thing about calling... I mean, to an extent, he doesn't say it completely, but it's implied in his podcast. I think it's implied that they were calling Keemstar a pedophile. especially with referring the 20-year-old woman a girl, or kind of implying that she was a child still. You know what I mean?
By saying that his girlfriend didn't even have a fully developed brain yet or mind yet.
Yeah, and that was more of like
So
Christian
fucking
Patus.
Yeah.
Which, again, it's...
If there's a connection and they are happy, leave them the fuck alone. So long as they are consenting adults.
Exactly. It's just so stupid.
And being an adult does not necessarily mean having a fully developed mind or brain. It's just...
I bet if it was like a role reversal, not to play gender stuff, but I bet if it was role reversal, and if it was like a 40-year-old woman with a 20-year-old man, nobody would give a shit.
Most people wouldn't. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
Nobody wouldn't. Help people get off on that shit.
Now, since this isn't disputed by any other tweet I'm going to show you today, I would like to say that through my personal research on the situation, although Ethan disapproves of Keemstar's relationship with a 20-year-old, as far as I'm aware, he never outright called Keemstar a pedophile.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm pretty sure he said the opposite. But regardless of the
Well, it was implied. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, I'm liking Bo Black's video right now, but let's be honest here. I think it was implied. And it was implied intentionally because Ethan fucking hates Keemstar.
Ordering continues to tweet when he says, "To be honest, the YouTube ecosystem would be measurably improved if both H3 and Keemstar were banned. They both make us look all bad." Username responds to the quartering by saying, "Bad take. You just hate them because they both shit-talk to you." The quartering responds by saying, "Lol, I make money covering both their shenanigans. It's better for business that they stay." Ralph responds to the quartering by saying, "And this is where I massively disagree with you. Cartoons like Ethan and Keemstar add flavor to an otherwise boring platform. Tossing trolls and cucks who have ridiculous personalities is the wrong reaction to have, in my opinion." The quartering quote tweets him and says, "Lol, you know what? Maybe you're right. YouTube was more interesting back in 2016. The letter of the law would..."
Which I'm trying to think what happened in 2016. I can't remember.
You know, ironically, I wouldn't doubt it if that's the year that the diss tracks were going on and we're getting...
Let me look it up. I'm looking it up now. Keemstar. I'm looking up, okay. My experience with Keemstar. We got it wrong. I'm sorry. I think that was the video where he was saying sorry about the whole situation with calling the old guy, the one old guy RuneScape player, a pedo. Oh, MJ's on. Hey, MJ.
Yo. I don't know how long I'll be on for, but I figured I said, fuck it, I'm not going to keep typing.
That's fine. I mean, if anything, we'll probably finish doing this the Bo Black's video and then giving our thoughts on that. And then possibly...
Did you guys go over Review Tech USA versus the quartering?
Not yet. I was kind of... I haven't seen anything on that yet.
About it.
Which I don't know what their beef would be.
Yeah, I don't watch either of them, but I just remember seeing a couple of videos about it.
I know Bo Black's did a video on it, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I think Tommy C also streamed about it.
But I'm kind of curious now.
I watched his stream from yesterday where he just went off and he's like, just teach me how to fucking care. like about Keemstar snitching to YouTube or snitching to Susan.
Tommy C said that.
Well, somebody criticized Tommy C for basically supporting Keemstar. And he got a DM and was like, Tommy just like the title of his stream is like, just teach me not to care. Yes, Keem snitched, but can you teach me not to care or something like that?
Me personally, I don't count it as snitching. I just,
Yeah, I don't count it as snitching either.
Snitching, again, I said it before, snitching, using the word snitching is just so fucking childish at this point. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the phrase "snitches get stitches." I'm pretty sure that Keemstar is in stitches over this whole fucking situation right now with how much he's probably laughing.
Yeah, true. But at the same time, granted, and I've said it before, I'm not a fan of Keemstar. I know I have to keep repeating myself, but I'm not a fan of Ethan Klein. But at this point, especially in the situation where it all started with apparently them threatening to take away Keemstar's partnership program if he talks shit about Ethan Klein, I don't think that's okay. If one person,
go ahead. Sorry.
If one person's going to talk shit, then everybody should talk shit. You can't just. I don't think
Keemstar. One of his Twitter videos saying he's like, I want to bully back. I want to talk shit back. I get where he's coming from, but I don't think I would have used those words to say that. Like, I want to bully.
He did. He did say bully and harass, and I'm like, no, that I don't agree with that part because people saying stuff like bully and harass might give people the wrong idea.
Right.
But at the same time, if you're gonna, especially with the commentary community, if one person gets to talk shit about the other, and then that other party should be allowed to do the same. I think that's what I'm getting at.
That's what I was just saying. I get where Keemstar was coming from when he said it. I just think that he should have worded it a little bit differently. But
no, I will agree with you on that.
And as I stated earlier, if that ends up being able to happen, keep the jabs in good taste. That bit with the doll that looked like Keemstar, that's not.
Yeah, I never saw that part. I saw most of the Mrs. Keem or Miss Keem, like the kind of like Pokemon, with a font and everything. But shit, what was I gonna say? Oh, you mentioned earlier about how you didn't, or what was it? You, Aden, that asked about where this whole beef started.
Yeah,
I can tell you. Back when H3H3 kind of just stopped doing their old videos that they used to do, like more like kind of memes and goofs and gaffs, whatever, Vape Nation, all that shit. But when they started doing the podcast or the H3 podcast, Keem was one of their first guests. And they seemed like they were getting along, fine. Keem thought that everything was good. But then after that episode, Ethan just started talking shit about him, saying like, yeah, we had him on, but I fucking hate the guy. And so he's like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from? Why have me on your show if that's the case?
Yeah.
That's how it started. And then Keemstar tried to kind of dig into the whole thing with the Payday DLC, asking where the proceeds for that DLC were going to, because Ethan and Hila had their characters. The developers put their characters in the game for Payday 2.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Huh.
And this was around the time when like FUPA was a thing.
Yeah.
And Keemstar and some other people were kind of asking like, well, since FUPA's no more, where did that money go? I remember donating to it at the time. I think I donated either $5 or $20. I can't remember. It was back in like 2015.
Okay, so it was
they
quite
really
a
big.
number
I
of
used to be a
years
huge
back at this
fan.
point.
What's up?
It was quite the number of years back at this point then.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they just kind of they continue to talk shit about each other here and there. But I mean, nowadays, Ethan frustrates the hell out of me. Way more so than Keemstar. Keemstar, I don't see anything wrong in this regard. Like, he did nothing wrong. Maybe some people may feel a little iffy about the age gap, and I will admit, I mean, I probably shouldn't have mentioned that it was my brother, but whatever. But like when he started dating his girlfriend, and they're still together, they've been together for almost 10 years now. I think this is his longest relationship.
Hey, I'm gonna close that for a second. I gotta ask a question. Did Gabby Hanna have some beef with Keemstar?
No.
And
why?
I'm only asking.
She did an interview on his channel last year.
Anything about Keemstar?
No, she went on Drama Alert.
Oh,
last year.
Okay, because they have another. They post another image. I don't know if you saw what we were talking about earlier, but apparently,
literally
Trisha
when
Paytas,
I typed boobs in the chat, that's when I started watching.
Yeah,
because
Trisha
I was
Paytas,
trying to finish up the live action Full Metal Alchemist, and I want to die. Well, because I'm listening to it in dub, and
that dub hurts so fucking much.
I disagree with you because you were telling me that everybody reprised their roles. I don't
right,
hear
and
it.
I started watching that. I was like, no, that's not true.
Only Aaron, Vic, and Caitlin reprised their roles. Everybody else,
Winry, Edward, and
Al. No, original.
No. Al's different, I believe.
No.
That's the original.
Aaron
original
was the
FMA.
original voice actor.
Max Whitehead?
No.
Or is it the other one?
No, Aaron Mitchell. Aaron Mitchell was the original voice actor
for Alphonse?
For Alphonse.
Yeah, and the original FMA, non-brotherhood.
The original anime.
The name
as
again
well.
is what? What's her name?
No, him.
Yeah.
Him. Wait.
Aaron Mitchell.
Really?
Yeah, he played as the original voice actor for the English dub for Full Metal Alchemist, as well as the voice actor for Al in Quest for Shambhala. Which there's
Shambhala.
How's that?
Huh?
Conquer of Shambhala.
Conqueror Shambhala.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why I said Quest.
But I do have
that
to
actually
ask.
sounds better.
Why did you say that they did Hughes dirty?
It was too short. It was too so I talk about it in my review. One, it was too short. Second, it just, especially with Roy getting his revenge, they really screwed up. Plus, it makes no sense, especially with they're saying, "Oh, it was witnesses." I'm like, wait a minute. So how long did those witnesses stand there when they see Envy, go from being Roy Mustang to quickly turning into Hughes's wife, and then going back to being Hugh Mustang? I wouldn't be like, "Oh, that was Roy Mustang that killed Hughes." I'd be like, "Oh, wait, no, it was some kind of fucking monster that could shapeshift." It wasn't Roy Mustang.
As far as I'm aware, the couple or whatever that were near that phone booth,
yeah,
they didn't see Envy as Envy. They saw Envy as Grisha. Or
I know,
sorry,
but
not Gracie. Gracie?
Yeah, but
Gracie?
because Gracie, but he turns back into Roy Mustang. And it shows it shows how quickly he changes. So it's like, how long were they standing there?
I wish they brought they had what's his name?
And then the fact that they
Armstrong.
Oh no, I said I literally said, "Where's my boy Armstrong?"
Yeah.
One of my
I was
favorite
actually gonna
characters.
DM you, Rob, before you went live, to say to give, if I wasn't there or wasn't on the podcast tonight, to give Aiden shit for saying, telling Magi and I that he thought that movie was good.
When it first came out, it wasn't bad. Upon looking back at it, no, it went. They cramped way too much of the main plot.
Yeah, they tried to put too much in such a short amount of
Oh no,
time.
I mean that was my biggest gripe because, by the way, I spent almost a good amount of time griping on the freaking story.
You said, oh, okay.
The live action Bleach barely does a better job of it. Barely.
But and then I talk about the characters because again, so because you guys mentioned that supposedly everybody reprised their roles, but
I mentioned that and I was wrong.
And the only people that I hear reprise their roles are Vic, Aaron, which I will give them credit. I enjoyed the fact that they brought back Aaron.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
I really enjoyed that. But
for
and
Alphonse,
Caitlin, yeah.
Yeah.
Though
I don't
at
know.
the same
I
time,
don't really like his voice for Alphonse. But
I'm not gonna lie. When I first started,
it just sounds different.
When I first watched Brotherhood, shortly after finishing FMA and Conqueror Shambhala, it took a lot of getting used to the new Alphonse voice, but she eventually got into the role, and honestly,
she did a good job.
She did a damn good job.
Maxie did a really good job playing as Alphonse. For
I think
Brotherhood.
the actor who played Hughes did a good job too, or it
He
seemed
did
more
alright.
like true to character, or true to like the source material. But
Also,
like the General Hakuro was like the big bad.
Gluttony. I did not like Gluttony.
Yeah, I don't blame
He was
you.
underutilized in that fucking movie.
I will say this: as off-putting as the CG was for his transformation, it was supremely smart of them to make it to where his transformation is most of the time in dark places with minimal lighting.
Well, I'm gonna
go ahead.
This might be controversial, but I in my review, I'm not gonna give too much shit on the CGI.
It wasn't bad.
Well, here's something.
Uncanny.
Well,
the director, hold on, sorry, real quick second. The director bragged about the CGI and the special effects in the movie, saying that it rivals the Avengers.
Well, I didn't know that info when I did the review, but here's my thought process. And I look at this especially with media that I've seen from other countries. Japan has their own style of CGI. That much is clear.
Yeah.
Just like how the US, we go very hyper realistic or try to with our animation. And the same goes for something like countries like Britain, where they have their own style of CGI. You know, actually the perfect example is a lot of the stuff for Doctor Who. But Japan has their own, and
no Sage.
No Sage. But in the end, I wasn't gonna harp on it that much. I will say that something I really did like, and it was kind of a different change, was how they show the use of alchemy when objects are transformed.
Yeah, that was
through alchemy.
Cool.
The dust effect was actually pretty cool. I like that. Absolutely.
The scaling, the way it looks like there are scales as it solidifies before it fully solidifies. It is in the transformations.
The human transformation scene was way over the top.
Oh fuck yeah!
That was way. I actually kind of missed an opportunity with a joke where it was where you start playing music from The Wizard of Oz, where it's like the tornado scene.
Like
yeah, exactly.
Go back to the CG real quick though. Like the various transformations of Envy, including Envy's true form at the very end, post credits. And Gluttony's true form, it's honestly, in my opinion, on par with the Japanese live action Death Note Ryuk, which honestly,
Yeah.
it's not that bad.
I noticed that for like not just that, but like for Assassination Classroom, the live action has a
Oh.
similar CGI. Death Note 1 and 2 have that kind of CGI. As the Gods Will, which is kind of like Battle Royale. They also have
Okay, so
they break it into 1 and 2.
So
Or basically Death Note and Death Note 2.
So
okay, because
one
there is a third one.
Right, I forgot to mention it.
So if I can, one piece of kind of criticism that I think would have made the movie better.
And I'm sorry if having you talk about this now when you have a
Oh no, I know.
But I'll forget if I don't ask you now.
Oh no, I'm just gonna make because one thing I think would have made the movie better for Full Metal Alchemist, as well as a lot of other live action movies. Write a different story.
I noticed, like, with all those video or movies I just mentioned, like, I know, like, Japan, they tend to really stick with source material based on what I've seen.
I know, but what I'm saying is, I mean, especially with how popular it is, I would just say write a different write in it, like maybe an expansion to the story. That would have made way more sense.
Break it up into 2 films.
And that actually, I did say that is instead of it being just everything forced into one movie, which I was a little bit irritated that they like for the last bit of the climax for something like a forced difficulty, they introduced the puppets. I was so pissed off with
stupid.
That was so forced.
I still don't like that General Hakuro is the big bad.
Yeah, that was really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because he's not all that prevalent in the anime.
He's really not. Once he gets arrested, that's basically it.
I mean, you do see him in the boardroom with all the other members at Central Headquarters when Mustang finds out that, like, Pride was the Fuhrer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no Fuhrer, no Scar.
No, I was bummed about that.
That honestly, and I mentioned the fact that he plays a pivotal role, not just with freaking Brotherhood, but also with freaking the original series.
But if Scar, like, this is a detriment in my opinion. The exclusion of Scar gave it allowed them to have that one alchemist live to the end of the movie.
Shao Tiger?
Yeah.
Which I thought that was kind of stupid, though.
Mm-hmm.
Nina's voice actress does not sound right for, or the English voice actress does not sound right for the little girl.
No.
Yeah.
Sounds way too old. Way too old.
Actually, no. Oh no! Wait, actually, no. They did reprise one other role.
Nina's.
Yeah, I just remembered that.
At least they didn't have Dante.
Yeah, I mentioned that too because because at this point we're kind of left wondering who's the big bad. Is it Dante? Is it Father? We don't fucking know near the very end.
Yeah, it's just a little mini fight in what was it? Was it Mineshaft or what? What was it they were fighting? I can't remember.
It was a tunnel.
Yeah, because I restarted the movie, so I'm like halfway through it. I've already seen it, but I've never seen it in full with the English dub. And my God,
that one bit with Hawkeye near the end, that was both cool and silly at the same time. It's just like,
what was that?
That didn't need it. That bit where she and the rest of her part of the squad.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I thought you were talking about when Roy kills both.
Shit.
I thought you were going to talk about how when Roy kills both Envy and Lust at the same fucking time.
Well, technically, he didn't kill Envy.
He killed Envy.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
No, he did.
No,
he didn't.
What do you mean he did?
Because after the credits,
there's a post-credit scene.
Crawl out of it.
Are you fucking? I stopped watching after the when the credits start rolling. That's fucking
Don't argue with us about
bullshit.
shitty films.
We had to see whether or not they were putting a fucking cliffhanger ending after the credits. We had to.
I believe. Were you in a call with me, Aiden, when I was watching it the first time?
I think so.
Yeah, because I remember
That's-
being like, "What the fuck?"
You're the one who told me that about Envy after the credits. I was like, wait, what? I don't want to reopen this. I don't really feel like reopening the movie, but fuck it. I need to see this.
This movie sucks, but I need to know.
That
Crimson
just
Rogue did a
irritates
really
me.
good job, or a really good review on it.
Who did?
And I know, the movie was supposed to come out in 2013, but
Oh.
due to development hell and like lack of a proper budget, it got delayed into 2018.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't believe the director said that this is going to be the best CGI in the world and it's going to rival that of the Avengers. All right, so the quartering here.
Yeah.
What is he? What are him and Ethan arguing about now?
All right. The letter of the law would state that Ethan Klein deserves a strike. Okay.
State that Ethan Klein deserves a strike. Hell, most creators have a few videos that would. I'm sure that strike won't stick, but nonetheless, I don't support Keem tattling, and don't support Ethan implying Keem is a pedophile. This isn't good for anyone. Somewhere, Boblax had to turn off playing whatever shitty Sonic game he's playing and start capturing tweets.
Yeah, I saw that part. At least
Yeah,
I saw that tweet.
I did see that. I thought that was kind of funny. I kind of figured this would be in the video.
Anyways, Nicholas Diorio starts reacting to the situation when he tweets out, "Isn't this the dude who made content out of Trisha's meltdowns and wanted to do a game show to give Gabby Hanna an award for biggest mental breakdown after standing on the grave of a dead creator for over a year?"
It was not a game show. It's kind of surprised me that Nick said that.
Now
it wasn't a game show. They were trying to make like a parody of like the Streamies, and so they were like, they did a whole episode on frenemies of it, where it was like the biggest basically like the biggest douche and random superlatives like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which creator is he referring to? He's not talking about Etika, is he?
No. Wait. Yes. Wait, let me read that again. For biggest breakdown, standing on the grave of a dead creator for over. Actually, he might be referring to Etika. I'm not sure.
Because I think Etika passed away around that time.
Right.
I could be wrong.
But I just don't get the whole standing on the grave thing.
Yeah.
Probably. Plus, I don't get that. It's not a valid argument when the fact that Etika's parents even said that Etika would be honored to be on Keemstar's channel. Rather,
yeah,
and I don't like that Ethan is essentially exploiting that in a way, accusing Keem of causing someone to die or kill themselves, but that's not how it went.
I think he's referring to Ethan on that one.
Well, yeah, he's addressing Ethan, but I'm just wondering, just for sure, like the grave of a dead creator.
Yeah.
But yeah, him and Trisha were like, yeah, we should have a category for like biggest mental breakdown, and the nominees can be like, or Gabby Hanna, we can give her an award. Would she take it? Do you think she would, accept the award? Because they were also going to send some awards to Jake Paul too. I think it was like biggest douchebag or something like that.
Which I think Jake Paul would. I don't think they should give him that reward because he would probably accept that with honors.
Nope. No, he didn't. He got kind of pissed about it. He was kind of like, like, fuck you, from what I remember.
Hey, you can't be mad for somebody being honest. Dude's a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the phrase goes: actions speak louder than words.
Mm-hmm.
You act like if you act like a douchebag, you talk like a douchebag. You're a fucking douchebag.
It's funny that Ethan is also calling Keemstar a hypocrite when, the whole Boogie thing, because Boogie's older than Keemstar, and he was hooking up with the 20-year-old.
Mm-hmm. And also
Hey.
Trisha Paytas.
You need to see the tweet that Boogie actually put out concerning this nonsense.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
one?
Should I go back?
Because it really just accentuates what we've been trying to say.
We're at 10:04 right now. Yeah, he wrote, "I have no dog in this race at all. That said, I wish this shit would just end. I wish YouTube would put an end to this kind of petty drama that hurts creators and the entire platform. Enough is enough. You guys should put it to bed before the whole platform changes."
I agree.
And then he also wrote, as I try to skip to it, "If you want me to pick a side, we all kind of suck. I am picking the side of the smaller creators who get hurt by this kind of beef." Which I'm with Boogie on
Well,
that
Ethan
sentiment.
has even tweeted before that he's like pro cancel culture.
Yeah, he is. Spineless.
And
little
he's the
turd.
one who basically started, well, I mean, I shouldn't say he's the one that started the whole thing with sponsors attacking one sponsors. I think the way that he went about that is stupid, where he was basically, I want to destroy Keemstar's identity. That's why I went after G Fuel.
Yes, because the sponsor is the identity.
Yeah. Which, that's pretty fucked up that he decides to do shit like
He
that.
just wanted to hurt Keemstar and the freaking wallet.
Yeah.
For over a year. I'm sorry, I forgot things like hypocrisy mattered in this community after the 15th Ethan Klein 4K Dolby Digital compilation dropped. Guys,
Oh,
the
sorry,
dude
can you
who
pause for a
promoted-
second?
Yeah.
Who was it that tweeted saying like that, or it was Ethan that tweeted, yeah, he called her fresh cheeks?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. FaZe Banks did. Keemstar never said anything like that. But it's not just him Ethan that's saying it. I think Trisha said it. A couple other like drama channels or T channels said it, but that's not the case at all. It was
Keemstar, yeah.
Banks being an asshole.
Yeah, you're right. Keemstar never said that.
Yeah, it wasn't him. It was FaZe Banks.
And then Trisha Paytas, because she's petty.
And then there was, I think Trisha and maybe Ethan also said like, oh yeah, he showed a provocative photo to FaZe Banks because, you know, how else would he comment saying like, oh yeah, she has a nice butt.
Which
you don't have to be naked to see what someone's butt looks like.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like she's wearing, just a bikini or if she's completely naked.
And even if she did, who gives a shit?
Exactly.
If she doesn't care, then it's, again, like I mentioned last week, it's not about like
it's two
who are you mad
consenting adults.
at? Who are you mad for?
Yep. That's like the crying people living or spending time on a nudist beach for being nude.
Yeah.
What they ever live in? Fuck, man.
Yeah,
but like
exactly.
This has been going on long enough. Do either of them even remember what started it?
No, I don't think they care either.
Well, they both made detailed videos on it, but basically, like I said before, the main reason or that kind of started this whole thing was that Ethan talked shit about Keemstar after having him on as a guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Keemstar thought things were cool, and then like his next podcast episode, he's Ethan's like smoking cigarettes and drinking, and he gets really drunk and says a bunch of stupid shit. And it was just basically like, fuck Keemstar. I hate the guy. And so Keemstar, what the fuck? Like, I thought things were cool. It seemed like we had a good time, doing the podcast and everything. But basically, Ethan doubled down.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think that he's very immature for the way he handles things, and it just makes shit worse.
Yeah.
And a lot of times he's doing those podcasts by himself, and now with Hila. I mean, Hila's pregnant right now. I think with twins. I could be wrong.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
but
I think that's what it is.
It seems like she's like the voice of reason, and so she usually will like keep him in check. But
I've
Once he's
seen.
not there, then he can basically, it's open season on whatever he wants to say about people.
Yeah.
I've watched. I've tried watching one of theirs. Thanks to it was either with you and Jay or Bella, one of the two, if memory serves. And I was just like, okay, this is hurting my head. And interesting how right as he's about to start fucking up, the topic gets changed.
Yeah.
A smart move, honestly.
It must have been with Bella because I can't remember ever watching an episode with you.
Okay.
I mean, it's possible, but I'm probably more confident saying it's probably Bella.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now she has her own podcast called Enemies. It's just her by herself.
Which I think I did a video recently. Like, that's just the name for it is just fucking lazy. That's my opinion. I just think it's lazy.
I've never watched any of the episodes that she's done. It looks like somebody's doing like editing for her because she's known for never editing her videos. Or like not any like fancy edits. It's like rare to see like any sort of like annotation in her videos.
Yeah.
But it looks like somebody's editing it. But she like built a set for her podcast in her house, her mansion. She's also in some shit again because she came out with the skincare line. And that was also when she first started talking about it on Frenemies. That was the episode where they like ended things. But Trish was showing off their commercial. And if I keep misgendering them, it's not intentional. Because they go by they, them. Shit, where was I going with that? Oh, damn.
Who, Trisha Paytas?
Yeah, I was trying to remember what I just said right before it, though.
You're talking about their skincare line.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. She shows off this like commercial that they filmed for it, and it's like the kind of like the old school like Noxzema commercials where you see a girl walking up to like the sink and like splashing her face and everything. That's basically like that's what this commercial was. I don't know if it was like a spoof on that or whatever, but like it's heavily filtered around her face and you can tell she's wearing makeup.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, how can people be assured that this product works when you're doing these tricks here to kind of filter your face to make your skin look clearer than it actually is? Because she's done like chemical peels and stuff like that. And if you see her without makeup, like she has acne, like cystic acne. And so I get, this one person who ordered the whole set, which is like $200, it arrived, like things were spilled, others were broken. And then there was another person who was either on TikTok or Twitter, I can't remember, but they had to call their dermatologist and managed to get in last minute because when they tried the product on themselves, they ended up getting chemical burns.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
And like she has like a giant like scab on her face, and she's like, I really wanted to try this product out, and I'm a fan. Like she kind of pans down her phone camera a little bit, and you can see that she's wearing an Frenemies sweatshirt. And she's like, funny how this works now. And then the girl that made a video of showing that her stuff spilled everywhere. Apparently because like Trisha is like partners with somebody that like considers themselves like a goddess of skin. And somebody responded back to this girl being like, stop lying. Just answer your door. You're just a hater.
Oh, Lord.
Just answer
Wonderful.
your door? What the fuck?
What's that?
Just answer your door? The fuck?
Yeah. Like
That's
maybe if you
weird.
actually answered your door, your package wouldn't be broken or some shit is kind of what I got from reading that. But then the woman that owns this company, the small business, had said that wasn't them, that it was a teenage intern, and they have been terminated. I don't know if I believe that.
I wouldn't believe it.
Well, because like back, when I was really into 30 Seconds to Mars, and I was like, I was also part of the echelon or like the street team kind of thing. But when they were producing the This Is War album, they had a thing where they wanted to make it, because they're very active with their fan base, but they wanted you to take a picture of your face so it could be put onto an album cover. So for This Is War, there'd like be the general cover, which is like a tiger in the front of it, but all the other ones would be the faces of the people that are fans. And I sent one in, and I got a response back basically saying like it got accepted. But then the president of EMI Records said that wasn't supposed to happen. They sent like a mass email saying like that an intern screwed it up, and they have been since terminated. And at the time I was like, oh, they made my day, so don't fire the intern, me being naive. So basically I just kind of view that as an excuse. Like an intern did it. Oh, okay, so no one has to pay any consequences. Ugh. But to like shit on somebody else for buying your expensive ass product and saying like it's their fault. Like, really?
How much was this product?
The box set was $200.
Well, fuck that.
Yeah, that's pretty pricey. I used to buy Proactive, and that can be pretty pricey.
You're better off just buying some kind of like, simple name brand than spending fucking $200 on a fucking set.
I actually,
and especially if it has Trisha Paytas's name on it.
Yep. I would not spend $200 on that. But
there would have been smarter marketing for them to have had the price not be that anywhere near that high.
Yeah.
I mean,
take a look what happened with Soulja Boy.
What?
Soulja Boy, the rapper who
console?
Who was selling bootleg consoles with his name on it.
Yeah, and he was charging something fucking ridiculously high, and
400.
going on to defend it, being like, "This has never been done before."
Even though you could do a quick Google search and see the exact consoles that he's fucking.
Yeah, the only difference is that his name slapped
off.
on it. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And then like the limited edition one was like $100 more or something like that.
That's so stupid. And I feel sorry for anybody who got duped to buy.
You should listen to it, because he did a live stream talking about that. And
one guy was doing a review about the whole situation with Soulja Boy, and he was like throwing a fucking tantrum.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of funny to see.
Especially when the guy mentioned the fact that he bought like the Soulja Boy headphones or earpods, and he never got them.
And then he started saying it was that person's fault.
Yeah, it was your fault because you didn't get your freaking earbuds. Like, dude, no, it's not. It's not their fault.
Why are you bringing this up in my stream? You're just a hater. I remember that part.
I love that go-to. It just goes to show that they have no other way to fucking discuss the issue.
This is the patient.
God damn it.
I'm so glad I wasn't drinking anything in that second.
Fuck you.
every time. It's almost every fucking time that if people don't get the response they want, it's like, oh, you're just a hater because you don't agree with me. Like, no, I don't agree with you because some of your logic is fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And you even act dumber when you get caught doing stupid shit.
Mm-hmm. So,
Oh,
did you hear about Def Noodles changing his brand, if you will?
I think I heard I think we talked about that briefly.
Yeah, basically, he doesn't. Well, his thumbnails have changed. He's just not wearing those fake glasses and cat ear headphones. It's essentially the same exact thing. It's just that it's him rather than Def Noodles.
Okay, I don't care.
Meaning that he really didn't change anything.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
I think he has like 13,000 people blocked on Twitter.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he will block anybody, even if you've never tweeted at him. If you happen to follow somebody that he doesn't like, he will block you.
That's so stupid. Let's finish this.
Gotcha.
Guys, the dude who promoted BritBong, which more than likely resulted in half of my friends getting banned on Twitter, got a single community guideline strike on his main channel. I'm literally shitting, pissing, crying, and coming right now. I hope they reinstate it, and snitching is cringe. There, the rational take. That's my stance across the board for fucking everything. Now, can you please avoid making me pretend to care about this for optics? I guess the hardest part for me is coming to terms that Keemstar is human. Before today, I thought he was such a virtuous guy who could do no wrong. I have to tell you, I'm simply flabbergasted. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. I don't think I've ever caked up a tweet.
I kind of find that to be funny.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever caked up a tweet in so much sarcasm in my entire fucking life.
That's so hilarious.
So much sarcasm in my
I thought there was
entire
2 strikes.
Keemstar continues to talk about the situation in this Twitter video titled Dear H3H3 Productions.
What you're saying doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You're saying Keemstar tweeted pictures of horses of me, and Keemstar did this, and Keemstar did that. I would still do that today. I would do that every single day of my life. All I want to do is make fun of you, but I can't because YouTube told me that I can't. All right. So I listen to what YouTube says. They tell me one thing. Okay, I'm listening. All right.
Which I don't think that's okay with, making it one-sided. That's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
see, I don't know if you mentioned before that he was told by YouTube to cut it out.
Yeah.
But Ethan claims that they never received anything. And Keemstar's, I know there were some people asking him to provide proof. And I don't think he did. But, I mean, whatever. In this instance, I don't see anything that he just done wrong.
Are you talking about Keem?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, yeah. I mean, all I'm seeing right at this second is Keemstar kind of tweeting at YouTube about some of the things that are kind of unfair with this whole situation and discussing some of Ethan's wrongdoing. That's what I see. And YouTube, I guess to an extent, more likely, I would probably assume to save face, decided to take action.
Maybe. I know Keemstar made the assumption and allegation that Ethan and Hila took down Gokinaro's video last summer because they had a picture of Susan stopping by, their set.
Yeah.
And I mean, people were saying, "Oh yeah, Ethan's got Susan in his pocket," and so that's how he got the video taken down. I don't know if that. I mean,
well, at this point, we would never know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure
he's
nobody
definitely
would admit
seen
to that.
Gokinaro's video, but I don't know if he was the one that actually
did it.
Yeah.
But like I said, we'll probably never know.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Me neither.
Higher year.
I do like his new podcast with his mom though, or his mom and dad, a family's podcast. It's actually quite entertaining. His mom's a sweetheart.
I'm sure she is, but I don't care for her son, so I probably won't watch it.
She makes him palatable. Let me just put it that way.
I probably would.
I'm not convincing. I'm not saying watch it. I'm just saying, in comparison, to Trisha, she's a lot more palatable.
Okay. I still won't watch it though.
Yeah.
You've been saying crazy stuff. You've been uploading videos. Should we deplatform Keemstar? Right? You took a Keemstar doll and was fucking it on fucking YouTube. I'm sorry, that violates like 10 different terms of service, bro. You can't do that. All right.
Like I said, I haven't seen that clip.
Which actually, well, and we were talking about that earlier because, and I found the tweet where it does discuss how the podcast itself that talked about Keemstar's new girlfriend was taken down due to violating
nudity and sexual content.
Exactly.
But I could have
You're
sworn
uploading
that
a video.
he got struck twice.
Yeah.
That's what he said. That's what
Okay.
Ethan says.
Okay, because
Or tweeted.
what was it, Nick, or the head said like he got a community guideline strike instead of saying strikes. But
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, when we got one strike, we weren't able to stream for 1 week, and Ethan says that
no, we were.
There we go.
We were still able to stream, but we were just
Yeah, because it was our first strike on this channel.
Yeah.
It got waived, so it's kind of like a warning.
Yeah, that was more. I think that was more due to, if I remember correctly, that was when I was trying to deal with the whole Onision thing.
Okay, so I was kind of off in what I was saying earlier. Then, in that Ethan should be longer if it's 2 actual strikes.
Well,
If
first
memory
strike
serves,
is that you can't
and-
stream for a week. Second strike is where I can't remember.
I think no streaming, and they reduce the length of your videos to 15 minutes or less.
Okay.
So Ethan's been kind of contradicting himself
Yeah.
in his tweets, saying I've been struck twice, but I'll be back in a week.
Maybe one of those strikes got removed.
Maybe.
Oh, more
And that's
likely.
why he only has the one.
Well,
But
that goes into the whole playing favorites thing.
Yeah. That's him getting off
Possibly.
easy.
possibly. I just think that he's setting a dangerous precedent. And the thing is, he was the one that was the champion for fair use and everything.
Yeah.
And like freedom of speech. So, because like I said before, I used to be a huge
everybody
fan of
everybody was for him on that, especially with the shit he was going through.
even
But now-
Keemstar donated to
Yeah.
it.
But now all of a sudden, now that that's over with, he's basically like, "Fuck all of you. I'll do what I want, and if you guys want to talk shit about me, then I'll take your channels down."
Yeah, it comes across as, yeah, I'm all for free speech unless it's something I don't agree with.
Or if it's about me.
Yeah.
I
can't believe this is still going on.
Yeah.
It's petty.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna continue the video.
Let's
Video
get through
saying I
this.
got a little fucking dick and all this other shit. If I uploaded a video saying another female creator had a loose pussy, my channel would be gone. You have enjoyed special privilege on this platform forever.
That's actually a good point, because if you say one thing about if you're talking about another creator, if they consider it as harassment, they can go straight to YouTube, and especially for small creators, your channel's gone instantly. No second chances whatsoever.
We wouldn't know anything about that.
No, not at all.
Lies. Oh yeah, and the podcast, the H3, I can't remember if it was After Dark or whatever, but I think it was because Ela was there.
No, whoops.
Like because people were getting on Ethan for calling Keemstar's girlfriend a child, a 20-year-old child.
Yeah,
like she's not even a teenager.
No, she's not. Which goes into the whole thing where they were kind of implying the fact that Keemstar was a pedo.
Mm-hmm. And
Because
then Ethan
instead
said,
of-
"No, we're not insinuating that." But
Well, and that's bullshit. That was bullshit. They're lying to
Yeah.
themselves. Because if you're calling her a child, then you're implying that he's a pedophile. Especially,
Mhm.
when you're harping on the fact that, Keemstar is close to 40 and she was 20 years old. Instead of calling it what it actually is with Keemstar, although it's a 20-year gap, he's dating a 20-year-old woman when he is 40.
Right.
Which again, people's preferences are different, but
Mhm.
at the same time, it's none of our fucking business. Because again, they're both consenting adults.
Right. And I heard you guys mention earlier about the whole argument behind, oh, her brain isn't fully developed. But I was thinking about that the other day, and it's like, if we were gonna, stick with that little footnote or that logic alone, then no one should be able to work a job that involves a lot of skill.
So
Because your
and
brain
here-
isn't
here's
fully developed yet.
Actually, no. If anything, if that's the case, if that whole with that whole argument where our brains aren't fully developed and we can't make our own decisions because we're not 25, then just to go overboard with that logic, then
Why don't we have the age of consent to move to 25?
age consent move to 25. You can't drive, or you can't start driving till you're 25. You can't legally vote till you're 25. You can't do anything involving, anything. Well, you can't drink till you're 25. You can't anything that basically our rights are given to us at our earlier age. We can't do because you're not 25 years old.
You can rent a car when you're 25. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, I found that rather ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie.
That argument's so stupid.
But the other thing that kind of annoyed me was in that same podcast was, because they're like,
what do you need me to do?
That wasn't me.
That was me.
It wasn't not me.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Oh, fucking hell.
Did that just activate on its own?
Yeah, it's my Google Nest. But in that podcast, they also brought up that his girlfriend is a server. And basically they imply that they're like, yeah, that's not a career. Basically that she's a gold digger.
No.
Because she's a waitress.
That
and what
same logic has been applied to YouTube and Twitch creators.
And I'm sure that's any better than what Trisha Paytas does on the daily.
I'm not gonna shame her for what she does, as far as.
But
I
think I'm making a point that it's stupid to make that argument when it comes down, if you were to compare freaking if you were to compare past career experiences, Trisha Paytas probably has done a lot worse than what this 20-year-old has done.
Hell, I'll do you one better. You know what? Let's go ahead. Get rid of all waitresses. Who's going to serve you at the restaurants and bars?
Machines. They're already starting to work on that, though. Actually,
Actually, that is. I mean, I've seen stuff.
I mean, Japan has
cool.
has some automated shit.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. But
we talked
now,
about that.
Our robots won't be able to have personality though, because then people will end up getting all butt hurt because they didn't feel waited on enough or what have you.
But
because in their certain restaurants have those little touch pads where you can order from the tablet or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done it myself, but I do know those exist. But yeah. I mean, things are becoming a lot more automated. Fuck serving, by the way. I mean,
and Trisha Paytas was also trying to push her own experiences on the whole situation. It's like, yeah, but that's your own experiences when it comes to life. It's like you can't just assume that everybody's going to have the same experiences either.
Yeah. Honestly, being a waiter / waitress or a server in general, it's for the most part a thankless job.
It is. Like anything involving customer service is a thankless job.
Yeah, or retail.
I have full experience with retail.
I mean, serving is a form of retail.
Yeah.
It is. I remember when I worked at Olive Garden, I used to get paychecks that just said void on it.
Oh fuck!
Because I get paid $2.65 an hour plus tips.
What?
And I never claimed 100% of my tips. Server wage was $2.65 an hour.
Yeah.
That's
the standard.
It's gone
At
up
least
since
used
then.
to be. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 3 something now.
Yeah.
Like
servers, most of their pay comes
It's
from
for tips.
tips.
That's ridiculous.
That's the reason why their freaking minimum wage is so fucking low. It is stupid.
I never made like really good money as a server, but then again, I didn't really care too much either. I did just the minimum amount of work possible. But it does help you develop social skills. I will say that. But it's a thankless job. And, there'd be days where I'd work a shift and I come out, with maybe $10-20. Something stupid like that.
To quote the Repo Man from Repo the Genetic Opera, it's a thankless job, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever go back to serving, though.
No, me neither. I think I'm good with the career I have.
Yeah.
But anyway.
For everyone else to be silenced, why you can bully and harass people. It is not fucking fair, all right? If they would take the muzzle off me and let me go at you, fine. Nobody gets a strike. Nobody gets in trouble. We could just sit here and roast each other.
I don't agree. I mean, to an extent, especially with how YouTube has a stick up their ass now. Either one of them would probably still get a strike. I don't agree with that. I think, if anything, it's mostly because of the past experiences, advertisers kind of tightening up YouTube and putting them on a short leash.
Yep.
At this point, I mean, if YouTube just stopped giving a shit and lighten up on some of their rules, then yes, I would agree that Keemstar. I mean, they probably wouldn't get a strike if they just started roasting each other.
I'm all for it. But unfortunately, that is not the current landscape of YouTube. And it's not fair for you to be able to do one thing and me, a fellow YouTuber, to not be able to do one thing. So I'm sorry, you're going to have to start
the
playing
video's
by the
kind of
fucking
like
rules now,
power
like
punting
I
on my
had.
end.
Yeah. But at least
I mean,
we're
I
able
can
to
hear.
it
I can
fine.
hear them just fine. It's just like it's lagging, but like
It might be on my end.
I can hear them.
Yeah. The audio is what matters.
Yeah.
Alex Priest responds to Keem by saying, Keem, he ain't wrong though, showing the tweet that Ethan made earlier, talking about how Keemstar implied his wife looked like a horse. Anthony responds to him by saying, Ethan literally called Keem out for dating a 20-year-old, and then praised Boogie for dating a 20-year-old.
Facts.
You can't believe what he's saying. Plus, I don't think Keem has said anything about his wife. Plus, let's not act like Ethan hasn't sent his fans after somebody. I mean, come on. Keemstar quote tweets him and says, Facts. I never called his wife a horse. I simply tweeted him horse pictures because I heard he liked them and was trying to cheer him up. The quartering tweets him and says, You definitely
Bullshit.
Okay, I'm calling bullshit on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I figure you are an animal lover. I wasn't trying to imply that your face looks like a horse. What's up, Bojack?
I mean, isn't that the usual? Is that the usual freaking insult for a few women?
What?
Calling them like horse faced or something.
I mean, I wouldn't think of it as exclusively to women.
Well, at least just.
I think it's just more that somebody has a long face.
I think that's what I was trying to get at. I said it like incorrectly.
It's all good.
He implied his wife looked like a horse. If I were in a brand new relationship with a beautiful young woman, I would likely be spending time with her. But hey, I guess arguing with Ethan is just as good. Gotta take a break once in a while, I suppose. Keemstar responds, proven wrong, showing an old tweet he made.
Okay, H3H3 is a bad person. I will attempt to change him into a good person by tweeting a picture of a horse at him every single day for a year. I hear he likes horses, and it makes him feel good. If you want to help me reform Ethan Klein into a good person, please tweet horses at him. I'm not sure that helps his case.
I mean, he wasn't wrong. He wasn't calling his wife a horse.
Yeah, true.
But he was implying it.
Yeah.
Like, they're both fucking immature.
They are.
Where he said he was going to send horses to Ethan to make him feel better. Simon responds by saying, can someone link me the tweet where Keem implies Ela is a horse? To which Keem responds, they can't, because it doesn't exist. Moodara comments on all of this by saying, man, we should just be allowed to bully each other on YouTube. Fuck strikes. Just go full mask off and rip on each other like no tomorrow. And honestly, this is my opinion as well. We're all adults here. We don't need protection from YouTube. Just let people say what they want about each other as long as it's not...
You remember when...
But my safe spaces...
You remember how YouTube their motto was it broadcast yourself?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was their slogan originally.
Before Google.
Yeah. Now it's just fuck all you. Don't do what you want.
YouTube.
Don't be creative.
Yeah, no one gives any fucks.
Well, it's like that scene.
Don't get what I said earlier, just a moment ago, wrong. If you need a safe space, by all means, find you a safe space. YouTube and the internet is not a fucking safe space. I'm sorry.
No, and it shouldn't be.
Yeah. Also, people tend to forget that YouTube is a private business.
Yeah.
That just because it's like, oh yeah, they're violating my civil rights. If it's within their terms of service, no, they're not.
Yeah.
They can choose to do whatever they want. Like, I mean, within the scope of the law, but
yeah.
I know Nicholas Diorio, I can't remember I think he argued with somebody random on Tommy C's stream about YouTube's copyright system being the best there is.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
And that it's designed in order to get rid of that human element. So to be objective. But
no. Okay.
I can't remember what stream it was that Nick went off on that. Like, he made some good points, but I don't necessarily agree with him.
I don't agree with that.
Alice, how's it going?
At this point, there needs to be. I'm not. This is just my opinion. There needs to be a human element, because at this point, especially when it comes to copyright, they give all the action to the person who created the claim. You try to dispute it, and if that person does not like the work you made, they can immediately just claim that your entire video is theirs.
It could be part of the reason why, like, YouTube said that, or sorry, with like the human element being us as creators being able to fight or make our own claims. But
I mean at this point, I think if any here, this is just somebody who isn't part of the YouTube corporate thing. Here, I've they need to add a human element to it. I think if anything, if a person makes a claim, then it needs to go through YouTube first before the claim gets posted, and somebody in like some kind of copyright claim faction goes through the video and determines whether or not the video itself doesn't apply to copyright law. And at that point, they decide whether or not that, okay, no, you're in the wrong. The video is fair use.
Yeah, it needs to happen.
That's what it needs to be. There needs to be some branch in YouTube that sifts through all of these copyright claims, and they determine whether or not that it's actually fair use or not.
I think that, I mean, I can't obviously speak for YouTube, but I think they're trying to give that control to the creators themselves, but at the same time,
it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sheer amount of videos
it's still pretty
really crazy. Yeah.
The sheer
and again, especially
Malice brings up a good point. The sheer amount of videos for review is pretty insane, though, because I mean that's going to cost. I get your point about like having like actual people, you know, review all these claims, but from a business standpoint, that would be very, very costly.
Oh hell yeah!
Because consider how many videos that are uploaded to YouTube every single day. How many people do you think that they would have to hire in order to be able to successfully review all copyright claims?
Not just that, but during the interim where it's being reviewed, said video is stuck in pending and people won't be able to watch it. Therefore, the content's not being put out as it should, and the algorithm won't help get that video views.
Right.
I don't think it should be like left in pending. I think if anything, the video, I mean, especially with the video, for just be left as is till the video, the copyright claim that is made by the claimant is, you know, processed, and then.
I mean, you've got a good point there, but at the same time, I can't help but partially disagree with that due to the fact that if it's not pended, if it's not put in pending, then that video is out there, and if it is problematic, people have already downloaded and probably already started just boom, boom, boom on the internet, like tons of copies of it.
And if we're gonna leave it as is, then if anything, YouTube needs to crack down on people that are, you know, committing, you know, false copyright.
Yes, big time.
Especially
when it comes to the music company.
Yeah. Another couple of issues, though, is that, I mean, having that human element means that there's probably going to be some amount of subjectivity involved.
Subjectivity, yep.
I mean,
And
you would have to
bias
actually
at times.
define certain terms. I mean, just like you would for drafting up a law. But another issue could be the fact that YouTube is international.
And these
and so the laws will vary depending on the country.
Not
True.
just that,
Like-
but these people that would be hired to review these to make sure that there isn't an actual like copyright issue. The people being hired would have to be vetted in a somewhat similar fashion as a jury duty, to where they are non-biased.
Yeah.
Malice brings up another good point. The thing about music, though, is that there is multiple copyright holders for a single piece of music.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
This is, as far as like claiming, well, what I mean by music companies is being held accountable are the ones that are for third party,
like Warner or WMG.
Those that are claiming that you are using a piece of music from one of their artists who actually did a cover of another person's thing, a piece of music. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to say. I'm sorry, but yeah, you're not wrong. There is definitely tons of copyright holders for a single piece.
But then you also have issues with like platforms, you know, like with Twitch, where people were getting strikes and whatnot for videos for VODs that have had up on their channels for like years.
Yeah.
And like on Twitter, you wouldn't think that Twitter you would see any sort of like copyright takedown or DMCA thing, but I got one of those, I believe like a year or two ago. I tweeted a short little video of my student dancing in Walmart in a Rick Sanchez costume or onesie. And there was a song playing in the background of that at that Walmart. And I got a takedown notice like 3 years after the fact saying that it violated copyright because of the music in the background. And I know I'm not the only one that happened to them.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. It's meant to protect creators and protect their IPs and everything. But
this is getting ridiculous. It's been
yeah,
ridiculous.
I mean, like I said, like when it came to what Nicholas Diario was saying about the copyright system, as I stated, he did make a few good points, and he did bring up about the it's designed so it is supposed to be fair for everybody. Has it been implemented properly? No. But your Twitch got hit last year for a VOD. I think that's happened to me too. I wish Twitch, because I mean, Aden, you're on Twitch more than I am, but have they? Do they change their policy about like how long videos can stay on your channel without having to like re-upload them? Is it still 30 or 60 days?
From what I can tell, it's kind of diminished. I'm not entirely sure because I haven't been affiliate all that long.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've been able to keep mine up for, I want to say, 21 days at most.
Mm.
But my highlight from whenever Bella and company broke me from that raid, it's still on there. So I don't know.
They're still doing 60 days? Okay.
Okay.
I'm assuming 60 days for affiliates and partners. And probably 30 days for basic users. I should double check to see, because I remember reading in their terms of service before that if you weren't active on your channel for long, they have the right to revoke your affiliate status. And I haven't tweeted. Highlights are permanent. And I know, like, if you want to download the video and then re-upload, that's permanent.
Yeah.
Like, it's for all users? Okay.
Yeah.
But for some reason, because whenever I had the VODs that I do have up, I have had to have you upload them for me because for some reason they won't upload on my end, or they weren't before. I'm sure it'll be fine now. I haven't done it. I haven't streamed on Twitch in over 2 years.
I mean, I know Magi hadn't streamed for quite some time, and he still has his. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. Because I have access to Magi's account. It's been a hot mess, yeah. I do want to stream on Twitch.
They've got the soundtrack thing. It's nice and all, but at the same time, it's just like, how long will this be a proper workaround? How long until you have to redesign?
Yeah.
I had to fix everything after taking a year off.
Yikes.
Dang.
I had to change my bio to get rid of like certain people from it. I also need to change my my donation link, I think. Dang. I gotta check to see if it shows my name. Because I mean I don't think it will. I think it just says Novakast YT.
And as far as like downloading and uploading it to like YouTube or other platforms, if you're affiliate or partner, if memory serves, or if you're affiliate, just affiliate, you have to wait 24 hours before you can do that. Otherwise, you are breaking your agreement. And they have caused the terminate, and they will be able to terminate your affiliate.
Wait, what?
Status. Yeah. You have to wait 24 hours after you stream before you upload it.
Really? When did they start doing that?
Do another thing. I don't remember. Seriously? But if memory serves, partners are under the same thing. Yeah, 24
hours after stream? Huh.
That's why I wait a day before I upload any streams I do.
That's so weird. I don't remember them doing that. 4 years ago, really?
Damn.
I mean, it's only been 2 years since I've last streamed on Twitch. I don't remember it being 24 hours though.
That's part of I think that's part of the reason why the auto upload to YouTube either got removed or why it takes so long for it to actually show up on YouTube.
By the way, Rob, your audio is still kind of messed up on your last episodes for The Wolf Among Us and Tales from the Borderlands.
Shit.
Yeah, because there was at least like 4 instances that I saw in your finale for Wolf Among Us. Like it just, for some reason, I don't know why it does that. Because the cutscenes and everything will still continue, but you hear the dialogue take place that was like 10, 20 seconds before that. And then after maybe 30 seconds, it'll finally catch up with itself, but it keeps doing that.
That's really freaking weird.
But it wasn't as bad as it was for the finale for Tales from the Borderlands, because I was impatient, and so I went onto the account to watch it early, because you can't just obviously watch it like on mobile or anything. You have to actually watch it in YouTube Studio since it hadn't premiered yet. And so I figured, I was like, hey, he has it up and like scheduled for upload. I'll watch it. And away, the audio was messed up.
Yeah, I mean I backtracked through the entire episode just to make sure. And the only part I saw were like two moments at like the very beginning of the episode, and then the rest of the episode was fine.
Yeah, I know you mentioned that the other day, but I actually went back to it, and there's still a couple spots where the audio is off. Yep. But like for like The Wolf Among Us, it's not to the point where it's like unwatchable.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you read what I wrote before coming on. I was like, because I was making fun of you because you said that you were going to be a good guy in that playthrough, but any opportunity you had, you would punch somebody in the face. You would go against what Snow wanted. You killed the Crooked Man, even though he wasn't proven that he put out that hit.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was funny, like, oh, good guy, punch.
And then rip the dude's head off near the very end.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, at first I was considering letting him live. But then, he does that whole thing where he tries to drag you into the witch's well. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. You're dead.
I don't think I ever saw the part where, because I think it was your video where the first time I ever saw like what happens to Colin. Like hanging out at Bigby's place. Yeah. But you're like, yeah, I probably should have sent him to the farm. And I was going to mention, I was like, yeah, it's probably a good thing that you didn't, because in the comics or the graphic novels, Colin dies at the farm.
Yeah.
He gets his head put on a spike.
So I'm glad he didn't do that.
You did the same thing in your playthrough. Yeah. I'm on issue, I can't remember what issue I'm on, volume 2 for Fables. And the events in Fables, or that takes place before the events in The Wolf Among Us. But yeah, I downloaded them on iBooks and I've been really enjoying them a lot. I mean, I've read them before, or at least like what I found online, but yeah, I freaking love that series. Still not a fan of Snow White, though.
No.
I find her to be a little too...
Much better.
Irritating?
Yeah.
Who, Snow White?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, she was annoying in the first 2 volumes I've ever read of Fables. So.
Yep. She's like much more bitchy in the graphic novels.
That's putting it lightly.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna finish this video.
Wait, there was a video?
What video?
Not slanderous. Also, can we stop playing this game of tattletale on each other's videos? Oh, that's against YouTube TOS. That's against YouTube TOS. Something should be done about that. It's just so cringe and stupid. And if Ethan had anything to do with Gokunaru's video being removed or the Keemstar re-upload being removed, he should definitely be criticized for that. And at the same time, we should give the same level of criticism to Keemstar if he was directly involved in getting H3's videos removed. Both alleged actions are the same, so we should levy the same level of criticism between each actions, regardless if you think Keemstar or H3 are better people in their overall field.
Which they're not.
It's irrelevant because they allegedly did the same thing here, and it should be criticized the same way. But that's just my opinion. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this in the comment section below. If you want to keep up to
Okay, I
date,
think that's just, okay. But, yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean, at this point, they're both kind of equal to criticism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think that all those skits and everything that Ethan does, I never found any of them funny.
No.
Like it was really cringe seeing the one with somebody, calling in pretending to be Keem's girlfriend.
That was stupid.
Yeah, saying that like he has a small dick and everything like that. It's like, I get you're trying to be funny, but at the same time, you can't sit there and say like you're being harassed without provocation because he's literally instigating it.
Yeah. He wanted to get a reaction out of Keemstar. That was the whole point
That means
of that.
try and get him to violate terms of service.
Yeah.
It's just like, again, I think it was with regards to James Charles, where Ethan had said that I am pro cancel culture. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? Somebody that's pro cancel culture, but was like the arbiter of the fair use movement.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not griping on Hila. Hila, I mean, tends to be pretty quiet overall, and I think she is the voice of reason in the relationship. I know there was who was it? Was trying to spread a rumor that Keem fucked Hila, and that's why Ethan hates him. I really don't think that would be the case. I don't think Hila would do that, and also Keem he had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wants to hook up with a 20-year-old, cool. That's no one else's concern whatsoever.
Yeah.
So like I said, who are you mad? When I say it again, who are you mad for? Like, so many people are perpetuating her as a victim. A victim of what?
Yeah.
That Keem cock? But
at this point, the whole thing is just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
apparently some
bullshit.
did you hear about Creepshow Art and some of her like voice memos or voice messages were leaked?
No.
I
kind of stopped caring with anything involving Creepshow Art, especially with.
Did you at least see how they reacted to Tipster?
No.
Like, because Tipster had DM'd her when she reactivated her Instagram.
Okay.
And he was like, even though I have said, like, I've, said some things about you, but I'm here if you, feel like you ever want to talk. And then she goes off on him by saying, like, how come, you were on my husband's channel asking him why, or like about videos and, and a easily provable, or it's like easily proven that he didn't rape Emily Artful or anything like that. And so basically she was just being bitchy because he's like, okay, Shannon, I see how this is going to be, like, have a nice life. And she's like, oh, wow, really? You fold that easily? I thought you had like more of a spine and cry more, cry like how, you cried during your stream when I donated money to you.
Oh no, we're not
and
gonna.
that he's more weak-willed than she thought.
Oh no, Tipster's not playing her game, so she's gonna go on the offensive. I hate that kind of
The fact that she even tried to go to Gabby Hanna to make an expose video on her so-called best friend, Ready to Glare. Ugh.
It's just dumb.
And then I noticed, I don't know if I brought this up before, but I've noticed that like people are starting to break down subgenres of commentary. Like, I'm a commentary channel. I'm not a drama channel. You know,
Yeah.
hey, have you guys noticed that at all?
If the majority of your commentary is on drama, you're a drama channel. No
Like,
ifs, ands, or
people
buts
want to
about that,
differentiate between a commentary channel, a drama channel, and a T channel.
T
It's all
channel.
the same thing.
Pretty much. I
Yep.
mean, commentary channels are, I view them as more along the lines of like video essayists, where they have like a thesis and they, you know, back up their points with evidence or what have you. Whereas a T channel would be somebody that just report, like a tabloid, like just reports on the gossip that's going on.
Yeah.
Not really going much more in depth about it, just kind of just presenting what, you know, what happened in basic terms. But a drama channel, I don't see anything different between. I mean, like a T channel. They all fit in that same circle. But I just find it funny that people are like, I'm not part of this community.
Yeah.
Like, God, that's gross. Like, and then starting this like basically YouTube civil war.
It's all part of the same fucking community, whether you want to admit it or not. I'm sorry.
Like,
yes.
why
there are
feel
people
ashamed
within the
for
community.
talking?
Yeah, there shouldn't be any. It's just, yeah, there are people within each community, whether it be video game content, art, what have you. There are toxic people in every community or fandom.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that you should exclude yourself. It's like, yeah, I'm a fan of such and such if you're part of a fandom, but that doesn't necessarily mean you are one of the toxic. You know. It shouldn't be hard to differentiate yourself from the toxic parts of the community.
You'd think.
Yeah, that's why I said shouldn't be.
Fair enough. By the way, for some reason, your controller is acting up again.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah, but I mean, because it turns on, it's just, and it paired with my PS5, but then as soon as it paired, it would disconnect.
Huh.
It might be a battery issue.
Maybe.
I'm sorry for the delay.
I don't know. It is what it is. It's fine. But
Looks
like,
pretty
you
fucking
paired it
cool,
with
though.
your
I'm not gonna lie.
PS5? You paired it with your PS5?
Mm-hmm.
I figured
Well,
you would've
because I
paired it
couldn't
with
pair
your-
it with my PS4.
Oh.
Because I don't have any controllers for it right now. Because they're both taken apart. Or, well, they were taken apart. But basically, since I hadn't used my PS4 in a long time, it had that like startup screen, like hit the PlayStation button because it was shut down improperly. And it wasn't letting me pair anything with it. And so I paired it with my PS5. And like I said, it would connect, but then literally like not even 10 seconds later, it would disconnect.
That's odd.
Yeah. And I've been trying to look on Reddit and whatnot to see the issue. I think it might be a battery issue, which if that's the case, I can just switch out the other battery. And I mean, otherwise it could be when I pulled the shells apart, because of that strip screw that would not come out. And so I had to literally tear it apart and then cut the post in the front shell to get rid of that screw, because otherwise I couldn't use it. But if that doesn't work, then I may have to use the other motherboard and solder it. But yeah.
Fingers crossed
also
it's
been
not
work-
a motherboard issue.
Maybe. I mean, because I fixed the chip issue. I can't believe I caught that too. Like that tiny, tiny, tiny little piece that was that broke off was preventing it from turning on at all. It's so tiny. But I mean, it's a lot more It's a lot easier once you open up the controller, like to replace parts. You just pull out the, the shoulder and trigger buttons rather than having to remove the entire trigger assembly. That's
True.
great. But yeah.
Like, yeah, that's more time away from the PS4, but at the same time, I'm just like, oh, it gives me a chance to work on other games that are on my computer.
Yeah. Because part of me was thinking like, oh shit, if like worse came to worse, I could basically just build one of my dual senses. I have all the parts except for the front shell.
Because I'm not gonna lie, my next project, the way my tendency to stream only one time a week, I'm looking at a project that's gonna take 12 weeks minimum, or 12.
What kind of project?
Metroid Fusion, all endings, or complete gallery.
Neat.
Yeah, I can't buy anything right now. I forgot that I had bills to pay, and then was there anything good, Rob, on that summer sale besides Ghostbusters?
I didn't see the full list. I just grabbed a few games.
I looked at the the free game on PlayStation Plus for both of them, for PS4 and PS5, and those didn't interest me at all.
Yeah, I think I only picked up one of them.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, because that comes out on Friday. But you can't pre-order it. I mean, if I try to pre-order it now, you'd have to pay full price. But
I gotta wait for that.
Huh?
I gotta wait to get that because
for us, you and I, Rob, it would probably, I think it costs like $30 to upgrade to it from the PS4 edition. But I'm super stoked for that, because I really want to see what it looks like on the PS5.
So do I.
I mean, it looks better on the PS5 as is right now, in comparison. But yeah. And plus, there's new areas to explore, a new storyline, and there's actually like supernatural elements in it now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think you end up possibly fighting like an Oni.
Well, I mean, it was kind of implied. It was kind of implied with with one of the legendary weapon missions when you were fighting.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I was gonna say when you're fighting the cursed spirit or demon.
Cursed spirit?
I can't remember what mission it was, but when you do like a one-on-one fight with one particular character, it's like really supernatural. I just can't remember what it was. It was like a cursed item or something that you collect for your arsenal.
I don't remember that. Was it the one that was like in that cave, or the final fight was in a cave?
I don't remember. I think it might have been.
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed because like now with like Ghost of Tsushima Legends, my platinum is no longer platinum.
Oh gosh.
And the thing is that the remaining trophies are related to the multiplayer.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm super stoked, obviously. I mean, look at my freaking avatar for tonight, or my profile picture for tonight.
Cool. Oh, all right. I think I'm going to call it.
Yeah, I still have got to get my syllabi done.
And
I figured I'd stop by.
I got to edit actually, I'm going to do it now.
Yeah.
Edit because I was going to talk about the Blair White thing, but there's not much thing to talk about.
Well, there really wasn't. I mean, he sent or Onision's manager sent her an email saying basically that she lied. And that
first, we all know it was Onision.
Yeah.
Second, this is typical Onision behavior. He doesn't like what you have to say, so he tries to, I'm gonna sue you.
I don't know how anyone would think that like that is somebody like official. Like, if anyone was like a manager for a content creator, they're not gonna have an email exclusive to whoever they're working for.
Well,
you know?
let's be fair here. Onision doesn't have, that many eggs in the basket. So I think it makes people immediately aware that it's him when it's Onision's manager at gmail.com.
I think he said before that it was Kai that uses that email.
Regardless, it's
still whatever. I mean,
it's still him because he has access to it.
I still think that he's been using Kai as the scapegoat.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
But it's pathetic.
But yeah, that was pretty much it with the Blair White video. It wasn't anything eventful.
I mean,
it's kind of like, yeah, sue me, bitch.
Yeah, that's basically how it is. It's like, because at this point, and if Blair made a good point, it's like, you better make sure you get the right person this time.
Yeah. He'll never live that down.
No.
I think that one was relatively minor in comparison to the other misdeeds that he has done.
For sure. But that little fuck up was humorous as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, because at this point, a lot of people, if he sends shit to them, they're more likely to just be like, sue me, bitch.
I mean, doesn't he not have money? Isn't he broke or whatever he says? How is he going to afford to pay for a lawsuit?
Yeah, good question. Probably from all the money he gets from overcharging his fans for stupid shit.
I would not be surprised if he tries to pull a Repsion with regards to like crowdfunding for legal fees.
Who's actually going to pay for that shit?
And he's going to be sorely disappointed that he's not going to make $23,000
because he's hated.
Yeah.
Why do you think I got back
into what you sow?
Yeah. Why do you think I got back into reading his stupid books?
I almost watched your video. Keyword being almost. I don't think I want to torture myself.
What do you think of the background though that I made?
Let me see what it looked like again. Hold on. I'll pull it up.
Oh shit. Wow, the Resident Evil 2 and 3 bundle on PS4 is $31.99 currently.
Is the Stones to Abigail Chapter 1?
Yes.
And you mean the back, like, the back? Yeah, I told you before.
That was a good choice, though, wasn't it?
But I was like, really a DDLC reference?
Well, I am playing the game.
Well, fair. That's actually Kai on the cover. I mean, obviously, because he's self-published, but...
Yeah.
I don't think I've read Stones to Abigail.
I'm like freaking nitpicking at it every second.
Of course. All right, guys. We calling it?
All right, yep. So thank you, everybody, for watching, and thank you for those who are probably going to watch this after it was live. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care, and peace.
Peace.